Okay, after a 4-1 Tuesday, we went just 2-3 on the Power 5 yesterday. That makes it a 219, 184, and 12 long-term run here on the show, including 36, 22, and 1 the last 12 days. Go ahead and smash that like button if you've been enjoying all these free winners. Let's see if we can bounce back today. Those thumbs up will, I'm sure, help. I've got 5 more free plays for you today, as per usual. Got you covered on Thursday Night Football with a side and a prop for Commanders at Eagles. There's also a college football game tonight, not to mention NBA and college basketball. I will cover all of it. As a reminder, you can comment down below and share your thoughts with these selections at any time. Here we go. Number 1, give me the Eagles, -3.5 versus the Commanders. Obviously a very big game in the NFC East tonight. Eagles currently 1 game ahead in the loss column by virtue of having played 1 fewer game. These teams have nearly identical year-to-date point differentials, but Philadelphia, off a win, 5 in a row, in fact, and all 5 victories have come by a margin of 4 points or greater. Washington, meanwhile, off a loss last week, 28-27 to Pittsburgh. The Commanders, they're still 7-2-1 against the number on the season. However, it's really key to note they've faced a bottom 5 schedule in terms of opposing defenses thus far. I like rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels, but this will be a test going against a Vic Fangio coach defense that is 7th in the league in DVOA, not to mention top 5 in both scoring and yards allowed. I know home field advantage has typically not mattered on Thursday Night Football. In fact, it's actually been a bit of a disadvantage, it seems. Home teams are just 38-49 ATS on TNF since 2019, and the Eagles 0-6 ATS their last 6 games here in Philly. I think that streak comes to an end on a short week. I trust the team with more big game experience that is the Eagles. Plus, when A.J. Brown is in the lineup, the Eagles are a perfect 6-0 straight up this season, averaging 30.2 points per game. Speaking of A.J. Brown, I like him anytime touchdown, +135. If you caught the morning wager with me and Mark Zinno, you already know that. I also talked about the Eagles on that show here too. Sorry, not a lot of games today. I'm doubling up a little bit on the Power 5. But as we talked about on the morning wager, in 2 games versus the Commanders last season, Brown not only had 17 catches for 305 yards, but also 4, count them, 4 touchdowns. Now, Brown has not scored a touchdown in any of the last 3 weeks coming into tonight, but he's still putting up impressive numbers. If you look at box score, I think at this price, it makes a lot of sense to bet him to find the end zone. Number 3, there is one college football game tonight, and it pits 2 teams from the AAC trending in opposite directions. East Carolina is out to a 15-point favorite at flailing Tulsa. ECU, since making their coaching change mid-season, they have won back-to-back games. Now, those back-to-back wins came against Temple and FAU, 2 terrible opponents, but they were both blowouts for the Pirates, 56-34 and 49-14, and Tulsa's definitely terrible themselves. The last time we saw the Golden Hurricane, they lost 59-21 to Trent Dilfer and UAB. That is just shambolic. So with ECU needing just 1 more victory to secure bowl eligibility, I definitely see the Pirates winning tonight. However, I don't really want to lay this number with them on the road. The number opened -11, so they've taken a lot of money. You're not getting the best of the number anymore, obviously anywhere close to it. So let's bet the under instead. I know those recent results I just threw out, all of them for both teams, were all high scoring, but this is the highest over-under line for any East Carolina game this season. If they're able to get up big early, scoring probably dies late, don't you think? Some trends I mentioned in my analysis for last Friday's 3% winner on the under in New Mexico, San Diego State, they bear repeating here because they still apply. The under is cashing 62.8% in games this season where the total is 60 or higher. Also, unders are hitting 57% in weekday games with a total 60 or higher going back to 2016. Under 62.5 is my play here. Number 4, there's just 1 game in the NBA tonight, and it's in Utah. How ironic that the Jazz are the league's only winless team at home. They're 0-5 in Salt Lake City this season. That is the franchise's worst ever start to a season at home, going back to its early days in New Orleans. That's, of course, why they're nicknamed the Jazz. There's not a lot of jazz being played in Salt Lake City, I don't think. Well, anyway, Utah just lost to the Suns here at home Tuesday night. But if you know me, what I'm about to say won't be a surprise. What, is Utah going to lose every home game? I don't think so. I'm going to hold my nose, take the points here. They might still lose tonight, but this is a big number. 9.5 against Dallas, who's off a bit of an emotional loss to Golden State 48 hours ago. Golden State was a best bet winner on the morning wager from Mark and I. In that game, -2.5, it was close, but Dallas was down relatively by a sizable margin in the third quarter. It was Klay Thompson's return to the Bay Area. That's why I noted it was an emotional game, at least for Thompson. It was on Tuesday. Mavs have lost 3 straight overall, too. I think that's important to mention here. Let's not bury the lead. Granted, those 3 losses have been by a total of 6 points. Likely, this is a win for Dallas, okay? But I don't anticipate it being a blowout that many are expecting. Case in point, Utah only lost by 8 in Dallas a couple weeks ago, and that was with really bad shooting. I think the home team will shoot a little better tonight and stays within this number. Let's close things out, our 5th play on the Power 5 with some college hoops, one for the road. By the way, apologies to clients for that awful call on Harvard last night. They were never in it. That game was dead from the start. But we're going to talk Grand Canyon, Arizona State here to close things out. Grand Canyon has taken money overnight. They're up to -5. This is a neutral court game, so to speak, between the 2 Arizona schools, but it's being played in Phoenix at the Footprint Center. That's actually much closer to Grand Canyon's campus than it is to Arizona State in Tempe. Arizona State still cannot rebound the basketball, while they only lost by 8 at Gonzaga last time out. Remember, the Sun Devils were embarrassed in the preseason by Duke. They scored just 55 points in the opener against Idaho State. I don't think they're a very good basketball team. I agree with the line move here. Lay it with the Antelopes. All right, let's now go ahead and do a quick recap of the Power 5 for Thursday. Number 1, Eagles -3.5 versus the Commanders. Number 2, A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown, +135. Moving to college football, we like the under 62.5 between East Carolina and Tulsa. NBA, Utah +9.5 at home versus Dallas. Number 5, Grand Canyon -5 versus Arizona State. Again, you can feel free to comment down below with your thoughts and any concerns, any additional comments you may want to add on the Power 5, any questions you have on other games. Let me know what you're betting on tonight as well. And after you've smashed that like button, head on over to wt.buzz/BP, because I am numero uno in college football at WagerTalk.com this season. Not just this season, but also the last 365 days. Split my 2 MAC releases last night. That was disappointing, but still a 51-24 overall run in CFB, plus 89 units. That includes an 11-2 run with plays rated 4% or higher. I currently have a 4% best bet up for Saturday. That was the $5 play on Tuesday if you already got down at that price, but it's still available for the rest of you. Complete card for college football Saturday will become available just a little over 24 hours. That should be done by early Friday. I'm going to have a Friday game. I'm going to get that up and loaded for you guys here on Thursday. So be on the lookout for a Friday night college football play. And if you're looking to get on board, big picture, long term, the best way to do it is this special offer I've talked about all week here on the Power 5. Right now, you get every single football play, college football play I release from now through the end of the season, and you can get that for just $229. If you recall, I dominated the Bulls each of the last 2 years. 5% winner on Michigan over Alabama last year. Followed that up by playing the Wolverines against Washington in the national championship game. No coupon code needed to get on board this special offer. Just head to my page, wt.buzz/BP, and you can get every college football play I release from now until the end of the season for just $229. That will do it for Thursday's edition of the Power 5. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Make sure you subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And until next time, guys, let's cash some tickets.